The Automan here. Today we're talking about fuel pumps and really how to prevent replacing a fuel pump early on in vehicle ownership. This can be an extremely expensive repair on some vehicles, especially because most fuel pumps these days are what we call modular. They actually have the fuel sending unit, the pump assembly, and everything is all mounted together and mounted inside the tank of the vehicle. To replace these modules, you must remove the tank from the vehicle. So obviously there's a lot of extra labor involved in doing so to replace a modular fuel pump. You might ask, what's the best way to prevent from having to have a fuel pump failure? And that is, we tell folks to keep these cool. Well, when you start talking about keeping a fuel pump cool, most people will ask, well, how would you keep this fuel pump cool? Well, to be honest with you, by keeping fuel in the vehicle. Folks that tend to run around with less than a quarter tank in their vehicle all the time tend to overheat their fuel pumps and have early fuel pump failures. So our suggestion to you at the West Automotive Group is keep a half tank of fuel or more. The only other thing you can do to keep the fuel system in really good working order is replace the fuel filter at recommended intervals. Most vehicles have a replaceable fuel filter these days. Some do not. Some are still built in the tank. If it has a replaceable fuel filter, make sure it's done at 30,000 miles. I'm Brian Bowersock, the Automan.
For more automotive news and helpful tips, join the Automan next Friday during News 8 at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on the CW. Plus, you can always listen to Auto Talk Radio every Saturday morning at 7 on the AM 760 KFMB radio.